Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Joseph. So in today's tutorial I'll be covering some basics in GameMaker. I'll be talking about for loops, whiles and repeats. So this is a bit of a different one. This is covering some more basic stuff to help develop skills and understand how to do things. Before I begin that though, I just want to say a great thank you to everyone on the channel, the usual jargon. Let's get into it. So what I've created here is a set of functions that should hopefully be easy enough to understand. So the first one's our for loop. The purpose of a for loop is it will do anything within that loop repeatedly until it reaches a number. So normally what we do is when we set the for loop up, we'd go I equal to 0, and then we measure I against a value we're looking for. So you could say 10, like less than 10, whatever you're looking for. And then we increment I up or down. And then at the end, we have our action. So here I'm saying I++, which means add 1. We could use I negative negative, which means to take 1. So we could set I to start at 10 and take it down to 0. So the for loop will just cycle. And I'm using this in a way that we can use it to draw a line. So normally, if we want to draw multiple lines, for example, just a sequence of 5 lines, I would have to do 5 draws. I'd have to work out their positions and draw them independently. Using this, I can use an array here with just some random set values and just store the values I need and repeat them forward, and then call upon them in my loop here. So array length just reads how long the array is. So the array for x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long. So it should return an indent of 6. That's why I've got a negative to take 1, because it predicts 1 entry. Okay, so if I run that, we'll see what this does. And you'll see here I get this lovely drawn line. So it's pretty handy, like, as you can see. And yeah, it's not a bad little tool. So that's why I would use a for. So you could use for loops in a lot of things, creating levels, putting things down, all kinds of stuff. It's just a little demo to show you that you could use a for loop, for example, to draw something. You could use it to create a sequence of something. You can use it in useful little ways. The next one is going to be a while loop. While loops are pretty straightforward. All my while loop does is I create a count value. The count value is basically this, so while will keep running until it hits the end of its count, or until its criteria is fulfilled. So just as a warning, if you put these in create functions and you don't cap them, you will freeze your game. You've been warned. I've done it myself. And all this is going to do for me is it's just going to do a random generation of some objects I created, and it's just going to, again, add 1 until it's above 10. So if I go here, my while loop, please, and change rooms, we'll see what this does. So you can see in this one, it just generates a bunch of random dots. But you could imagine if you're trying to generate, let's say, some random trees or something, in your function here for your while, you could say create tree, and then in your tree objects, for example, here you'd say if collide with solid delete, and then you could just generate some random trees if you wanted to. But while loops are super useful just for the fact that you can use them in a lot of little ways to help influence setups of scenes, stuff like that. You can combine a while loop with an array as well to cycle through array sets. So it's quite a powerful little tool as well. Not hard to use, but I'd recommend playing with it. The last little thing I'm going to show you guys is a repeat. Now repeats are actually very useful in my opinion, but I'll explain them in a moment. So all this is doing is, you'll see here, I'm just versing keyboard left and keyboard right, versing keyboard up and versing down. Now what you'll see the difference here is I've got repeat on my X and Y's, but then I've just got straight up -5 and +5 to my up and down. This will become relevant in a moment, but I just want to show you what it looks like when the program runs. So if I go repeat, like so, and use my arrow keys, you can see there's no difference visually from what we're seeing here. It's the exact same movement. There's no difference. There's nothing weird going on there. What you do notice is that this one here, the up and down, is only actioning once, but it's repeating it 5 times, where this is being added 5 to. The reason this is important is, let's go into the object here and let's go into the events. It's a matter of how the object moves. So this is quite literally, this one here jumps 5 every time. This one actually progresses 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then it jumps to the next set. So it actually checks each one movement it makes. That can be very useful because if you're ray scanning, for example, for collisions, this is a much more bigger pain in the ass to do a ray scan for than this is. Because this here, if I wanted to ray scan, I can ray scan and check every movement I make before I make a collision. So if I'm going to make a collision with an object, I can actually preemptively stop the character from colliding. Where with this, I have to look at a zone to then make sure I'm not jumping into something. Because this could become a problem where, for example, you had an object that was 4 pixels, and because you're jumping 5 pixels, as an example, you could in theory jump over that object accidentally, so you need to ray scan more adaptively in that sense. Where with this one, because it moves 5 times, it will go repeat once, move once, and it will do it 3 times, and once it hits that wall, it will stop because it ray scans each move. So that's a repeat. And again, you can use this in a lot of other functions, and it's pretty easy. All you do is, if I wanted to change it to 10 as an example there, and this is for down, so you can see there, it's, oops, sorry, no. Yes, it was my left. So you can see there, I've doubled the speed, and it's pretty simple. So that was today's tutorial. I hope you guys found it useful. If you want to get the source for this one, let me know. I'll put it up onto the Google Drive if you guys need it. This is just a bit of a demo thing, more so to help build your basics around some useful functions you guys might not be aware of or not understand how to use them. Again, you guys are all awesome. I just want to thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later.